All right, for more on this, let's bring in retired four-star General Jack Keane, Fox News senior strategic analyst. So we've got this 21-point plan that includes an exchange of hostages for a phased Israeli withdrawal from Gaza, denies Hamas any future role in governance, two-level interim governance body, an international one and a Palestinian committee, also recognizes the aspirations of Palestinians for a Palestinian state, though it does not support that idea outright. Can this get done? What do you think, General?
Well, look, we've been here so many times before, and then at the last minute, it kind of blows up, normally because of Hamas. I think a couple things here. What makes this different, I think, are two primary things. One, this is not just a hostage release for prisoner exchange. This is an end-of-war deal. So that in itself is a seminal event. The second thing is the personal involvement of the president. He is deeply involved in the conditions of the deal and making certain that if negotiation has to take place and compromise has to take place, then he's involved in it. So I think we have a right to be a little bit more optimistic, even though every other deal has fallen apart at the last minute. I suspect here that the contentious issue certainly is if Hamas agrees to disarm and no longer govern, will they actually do that? That's an issue. And I think another issue on the other side is some form of the Palestinian Authority is what's in the deal, to be part of the governance, not running it, but to be a part of it. That is something that the Prime Minister objects to because he has no trust or faith in Mahmoud Abbas and the corruption that has gone on there for 25 years. But that doesn't mean you can't negotiate and have some other Palestinians involved, maybe other than the Palestinian Authority, that would be agreeable here and be able to put a deal together. So, yeah, there's contentions here, to be sure, as there always are. But I think we got a right this time to feel a little bit better about it.
I mean, at the same time, General, I guess with this current proposal, what is in it for Hamas? Why would they sign up to this when they have essentially poo-pooed and thumbed their nose at proposals from the last administration, from this administration, from the Netanyahu administration that are even more favorable than this?
Well, they're in a very desperate situation. The Israelis have surrounded Gaza City, 360 degrees. As of the beginning of the weekend, 800,000 people had left. They were averaging 40 to 50,000 evacuees. They expected by Monday or Tuesday of this week, the other 200,000 would be gone. Hamas is being run by third and fourth stringers because all the other leaders have been killed. Their ranks are made up of largely teenagers, as opposed to hardened, tough, trained fighters. Some of them are there, but they're no longer in the majority because why? They've been killed. They're in a very different situation here, and Netanyahu is guaranteeing them, if they walk away, he will guarantee their safety. So the hostages have been all about a guarantee of safety, and that is why they've held on to them for this length of time. So there's pressure on them to be sure. I think what happens if Hamas forecloses on the deal, Netanyahu will complete what he said he was going to do, and the president will support him. And that is go in there and finish them off once and for all. And obviously that puts the hostages at risk. But that would be the plan. And Hamas knows full well that Netanyahu is dead serious about it, and they likely know the president would support him.
But yet at the same time, General, as we saw at the UN General Assembly last week, the United Kingdom, France, Australia, and Canada all recognized a Palestinian state, which certainly seemed to give a lot of support to Hamas. So given that, why would they lay down their arms and fold up their tents? And Israel has also vowed, as has the Mossad in particular, to get everyone who had anything to do with October the 7th. So even if Hamas were allowed to peacefully leave Gaza, doesn't mean that the Mossad's not going to hunt them down at some point.
Well, let's take on the first one. The Europeans supporting a Palestinian state, symbolic to be sure, moral support probably, But what else is there for Hamas with that, other than that? It doesn't do anything for them. And I think it's pretty disgusting and shameful that they're doing something like that, because it certainly props up and justifies why Hamas did October the 7th. That's the absurdity of that proposal. In terms of the Israelis always promising to kill the people that killed their people in their own country, I think take that at face value. But Netanyahu is making a public declaration that he will give them safe exit to a place that they want to go of their choosing, and he will get them there. What happens after that, I don't know. But it is a public declaration that he's making. And will Hamas believe that, or will they have some reservations about it? I don't know. I can't speak for them. But that's kind of where we are on that.
I suppose that we could know in as little as 5 to 10 minutes from now if they have arrived at some kind of at least preliminary agreement, Netanyahu and President Trump. General, we got to leave it there. Thank you for taking time with us.
Thanks, General. Appreciate it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, great.
Hey, it's Will Keane. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Keane podcast for full episodes right now.